Hey, good afternoon, guys. I want to make a short video because I noticed that the battery on this thing is not 100. It's not 100%. So I just wanted to make a short video. Smoke another little cigar. This is handmade today. It's a little soft. It was just wrapped a few hours ago. A friend of mine gave it to me. He went to buy some cigars and at this place that they make them right there on the spot. So I'm kind of concerned about what everybody is concerned is the high possibility of getting into a war. The Russians are not backing down, and this old man we got here, he thinks he's Clint Eastwood, sending weapons, sending, all they're doing is that they're escalating. Instead of saying, look, let's sit down, don't start sending weapons right away or anything, but just sit down, talk, and say, okay, what is it that you want? You don't want Ukraine to become a NATO member. Why? Do you feel threatened because he's going to become a member? Do you want their oil? You want another chunk of country for yours? I mean, Ukraine is big. Ukraine is bigger than France, I think. And France is the biggest country in Europe. It's just this macho, if you push, I'll push type of thing. And like Teddy Roosevelt would say, they should just talk softly and carry a big stick. You don't show the stick right away. You try to talk softly and get some conversation going. Don't be calling the embassy and saying evacuate like it's a sinking ship. That's a wrong message. It's like Russia saying, well, they're leaving, so they know we're going to hit them. They got to say, look, we're not leaving. And if you harm some of my people, then shit's going to fly. But they're going about it the wrong way. Biden doesn't want to seem like a weakling. And the reason all these countries are getting pushy is because he looks like a weakling. Physically, he's weak. All these decisions he's been making, including the latest one that he's going to pull 30 million to provide crack pipes to the crack addicts. That is absurd for a president of any country, never mind the most prestigious country, to say we're going to be giving pipes. Pretty soon they're going to start saying we're going to give needles. And by the way, we're going to give them the drugs too because they need it. That's the wrong message. You don't do that. That's idiotic. And that's what we got. We got an idiot with a bad temper. He doesn't take any he doesn't like criticism. So it looks like we're going to be in a war. So what are we going to do? Did you find out about the container? You looked it up? Well, we'll do it. We'll do it Monday. Don't worry about it.
No.
Tomorrow, let's enjoy the game.
What is it?
Eat some ribs and some
No,
flan.
there's an $800 to call there. But
I'm
but
gonna
that's
hunt.
only if it has electricity.
What?
Because I could press a button on the phone and
What are
they
you
get a
talking about?
code.
What are you
Talking
talking
the
about
washer. What are
electricity?
you talking about?
No, I'm talking about the container.
Oh no, I can't.
No, the washer. I'll take it
can't.
apart and I'll see if I can
No,
do
I
something.
don't know.
Well, you're gonna bring a
I'll
technician?
give it a few.
$300 an hour?
I love my washer.
It didn't reset. I spent it.
It didn't do anything.
It didn't reset.
And you can't spin
So
it.
you know what? I think it's the fuse. Let me get to the fuse first. If the fuse is bad, it's probably a 30. I'll replace it.
But you have to open up all the back
It don't matter where it is from the back. I'll open it up. I've taken drums out of that
I
thing.
unplugged it. Maybe it'll reset itself.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Oh, you should have woken me up, man.
No. Anyways, I'm doing a video. So now they're supposed to be talking today, Saturday, and let's see if they come to an accord, because just because they're going to show their weapons, we're going to show our weapons, and who's got more and who's got the biggest rockets and who's got, it's not going to end well. We're not in shape mentally. We might have the weapons, but we're not in shape mentally. With all this crap we've been going for about 3 years now with the COVID, nobody wants any more trouble. We got enough on our plate. And there's some other issues that I don't want to talk about that they concern me.
Don't look up.
And yeah, and that's something that I'm going to make a decision pretty soon on that. As soon as some issues are resolved, if it goes well for me and in mine, then I'm making a move. I just gotta wait. So, but there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's a lot of concerns, and there's a lot of problems now and in the horizon. And this guy doesn't even try to bring down gas. The governor here keeps spending money like crazy. We got billions in surplus, and they don't say, okay, we're gonna give it back. We're gonna give everybody a check, or you don't have to pay taxes next year. Do something for the people, man. Just keep raking it in. Gas is at $4.69 over here. It's killing me. I've been wanting to take a road trip with the truck. The truck gives me 11 miles to the gallon. And I've been wanting to go out to Colorado and, Texas and places like that, and I can't. It's gonna kill me. Too much gas, too much money for gas. And the government doesn't address those problems. They're more concerned about the Ukraine border than our own border. The border is wide open over here, and the people are pouring in, bringing them in by planes, distributing all over the country, because they want more people to pay taxes. That's what it's all about. It's money. And I'm sick of it. Pretty soon I'm going to go back to the Caribbean. Let's see if we can find a little island with water. And we'll drop anchor and live in a boat. We'll get a bigger boat.
There's plenty of those.
With water? No, not salt water around it.
We'll see,
Drinking water.
Oh, I said there's plenty of that.
We need drinking water. Yeah. Swear to God, man, if I hit the lotto, I'm going to go and buy a little island. And we can fish. You know that the fishing is not that good anymore over there. It used to be good. So that's what's going on. And in the meantime, I'm still looking for a toy hauler, and I'm debating now if I'm getting. People are going to say this guy's crazy. In the last video, I said definitely I'm getting a side-by-side. Now I'm thinking, well, do I really need the expense on a side-by-side that I'm going to be using maybe 4 times a year? I think I'm going to get the toy hauler first. Not the toy hauler, the cargo trailer. Put in the tandem quad and live with it for a year or two, and then we'll see if it's feasible, if it's practical to have the mule, because I really like the mule. But are you going to use it? That's the thing. Kaki sent me a video from Texas. Guess what? It's snowing.
Oh yeah, not my cousins.
No, at his girlfriend's. He sent a
did
video,
snow
and
the other day.
it wasn't heavy.
Oh, it's a light thing.
It was heavy, but it was in Texas.
Yeah, a light thing.
Well, we're still in the winter, so that's normal. So yeah, I've been looking at some cargo trailers, and I'm gonna sell that trailer by itself. There's another cheap option that the thing is that it's not gonna fit widthwise, but it'll fit lengthwise if I do a little ramp. The trailer it's 98 inches. The side by side it's 110, but the width on the trailer is 60 inches, and the side by side is 60 inches. So if I bring it in, it's gonna be scraping those tires, and it's not a good idea. Um, it has to be a little bit wider so I can keep that trailer. But no, I'm going for the cargo, because the cargo you can put stuff in it. You can put extra food, your chairs, your extra coolers. You can even throw an air mattress if you want to sleep in it. There are different things to do, and everything keeps clean. It's not in the dust. When you go into those trails, those roads, dirt roads, all this dust and dirt is flying everywhere. So the cargo trailer would be the best way to go there. So the one thing I was looking into, that even though I'm a Chevy guy, I'm starting to look at the Fords for the first time ever. And the 5.0 has got a very good reputation, very comfortable, rides like a car. The half ton loads a ton, so it's a 2,000 pound load. Hello? So, yeah, I got another mule over here. So then, if I get a Ford and put the camper on it, camper weighs about 1,200 pounds. It'll handle the weight fine, because that truck, it's a half ton, but it loads 2,158 pounds. I was looking into that. The engine is the Coyote engine, the 5.0, which everybody loves and they say is great. It gives pretty good mileage. It's very reliable. And I drove a Ford last year, and I was surprised how comfortable it was. It drove like a car. For a road trip, bucket seats and everything, with the extra cap. I think for a road trip, let's say we want to go to Wyoming or something, that's the way to go, man. Because this truck is running okay, it's running good, but I don't think I trust it to go over 2-3 states. It's a bench seat, and they're not the most comfortable ones. So I'm kind of looking at that. Instead of spending money on a toy hauler, I think I'm going to buy a newer pickup. Keep the camper. Sell the trailer. It's a 5x8, and sell the truck, the pickup. I already have a gardener that's interested in it, so let's see how much I can get for it. And it has to be a 4-wheel drive. It can't just be a 2-wheel drive. It's gotta be 4-wheel drive, and I gotta do some research, because I don't know much about Fords. So I gotta do some research on the reliability of the 4-wheel drive system on a Ford, in case you're gonna go through snow or through mud or something. You need the 4 wheels to be pulling. I saw a review on one 2-wheel drive, and it was 3.15 differential ratio. I got either 373s or 410s on this truck. That's why it's so torquey. But it doesn't put out, the engine doesn't put out 200 horses. The Ford puts out 375, I believe. And it has 400 pounds of torque. That's incredible. And then they have the Eco Boost. That's a 6-cylinder, twin cams, twin timing chain. Not crazy about that. And twin turbos. And that puts out 470 foot-pounds of torque with 300 and... No, the 5.0 was 365 horses. The V6 was 370 78 or something like that. It was above the V8, but the V8 is very steady, very reliable. Very small fuel issues. It's a simple engine. It's natural aspirated. Doesn't have a turbo. Turbos, they overheat, and if you don't have that thing lubricated well, and you have to use synthetic oil for the system to for the engine and the turbos to work properly, you're gonna have a problem. So I went in and dialed. I typed in, okay, problems with the 3.5 EcoBoost, and immediately a few mechanics came out and said, yeah, it overheats, and not overheats. The timing chain, it 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 gets longer and it loses the timing on one side or the other because they're two different cams with gears. It looks a little bit complicated, that engine, but they say it's very powerful. It's got more power than the V8, but the turbo, it's a weak point. Turbos get to a point that they become a problem instead of a solution, and they only last around 80,000. They have to be well lubricated. You have to change that oil instead of 15,000, like they say. Change it at 10 or maybe 8, and that's expensive. Synthetic oil is expensive. So I'm looking into that also because I do want to get the pickup that'll function and drive smoothly, and the Fords do drive like cars, the pickups. So if I do decide to get that, I'm also going to get rid of the Avalanche because I don't need to have two pickups. I can just disconnect the camper, put it here with their legs, and drive it around. It's a daily driver, really. I don't want the 3/4 ton huge thing with the big tires, and I don't. No, this thing drives nice and it loads 2,158 pounds. That was surprising because the 3.5 loads, what was it, 1,200 and something. It wasn't even 15. Oh no, I'm sorry, it was 15. Yeah, there was a guy that has one. He's pretty happy with it. And mileage wise, it gives you the same miles. 19 combo, 17 city, 22 highway. and the V8 does the same thing. So hey, V8 is a V8, man. You can't beat that. So we'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, I'm working on the Blazer. Don't be aiming over here with the hose. What are you doing laughing over there? Smiling. So I already got the dash cover glued on. I got the vessel for the gauges also glued on. Tomorrow in the morning I'm going to pop it in and put everything back together. I polished the plastic cover, the glass, polished it up pretty good. Came up pretty clean. And then I'm going to remove the two seats so I can start doing the carpeting. And then I start putting back together, and then I got the seat in the back I have to reupholster, and the side panels. Those panels are kind of rotting. I want to see if I can go to a junkyard and see if I can find a Blazer with better panels and just take those and have them upholstered. I think that's the way to go. Because one of them has a piece of it missing at the end. And I took it to a upholstery guy and he said, nah, he don't want to work on that. It has to be, you don't want to spend time trying to do a MacGyver. That's how much how much help he is. So anyways, gotta work on that and then take it to the body shop, get it painted, put a sign on it, drive it around. See if I can get a bite. Somebody wants to buy it. That thing is a rock crawler. It's got low gears, 5-speed tranny. It's got a NV45 transmission. Those are expensive. Very good. It's got 410s in the right, in the rear, in the front. It's got lockers in the rear, lockers in the front. Warner hubs. I got the front grille for a winch and the bush guard. I got the rear rack for the tire and the gas tank. I'm gonna have the gas tank also painted. The gas tank is good on the inside. cleaned it, looked in there. It's good. So it's gonna look sharp when it's done. It's just gonna take some time, and I'm doing it by myself with a bum wing. I can only, do so much, and then I can only do things for about 4 hours, and then I have to rest. That's how bad it is. So, uh, yeah, I'm working on that. So there's a lot to do. And now I'm looking for a plastic container that I can have as a supply. I can put food in there. I already got a barrel with 50 gallons of water, put chlorine in there. I got some food stashed away. I'm not a prepper, but I'm a survivor. So in case, what I need to do also is fill up the tanks of all the vehicles, because gas, if there's a war, guarantee your gas is going to go up. You better fill up your tank and have some spare jerry cans that you can put some gas in and keep it as a spare, because gas is going to go up $5, maybe $6 a gallon. I already did that yesterday. Don't overdo it, because they like it dry. So yeah, all this shit's happening, and I'm not ready. I'm not really prepared 100%. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm kind of concerned. So hopefully the talks. We'll look at the news today. Let's see what Fox News, or Channel 5, or 7-Eleven, whoever. I don't watch CNN because half the time it's bullshit. But I'm even gonna look at CNN and see what they say, to see if something came off the talks and they're gonna stand down, move back a little bit, get rid of those heavy artillery from the border. And by the way, they're not sitting on the border. They're 137 miles from the border. Just that the media doesn't tell you that. So they're close, but not that close. But for a rocket, 137 miles is nothing. All right, guys. I'm going to finish my drink and my cigar and think about something else. All right, my friends. And the next one.